Okay, so here we have the MacBook 17-inch, the 2914 model. Customer said he was using the computer and suddenly it gave up on him and it doesn't turn back on. I plugged the charging cable in and we do not see a green light. Let me do that right now. This is connected to a power supply so I can see the amp draw on the laptop. So if we plug this in, we do not see a green light and the amps being drawn 0.2 amps. Okay, and this is at 18.9 volts or 19 volts. 0.2 amps. No green light, we have a problem. So we want to troubleshoot and see what the problem is and why we do not have a green light. No signs of liquid damage, and customer said there's no liquid damage on the laptop. So how did the adapter or how did the green light fail, or why is the computer not turning on? This is what we're going to troubleshoot, and let's see how we do this. So I already opened the back cover up. The first thing I did was remove all connections from the board. Let's take a look at the schematic. Okay, so the charger is plugged in from here.
Alright, I have a question.
Yes.
How much do you how much is the price to replace the glass for an iPad mini 4?
Up your computer and not somebody else.
Yeah. Aló. Ajá. ¿Qué pasó?
Okay, that's it.
That's it. Teléfono suyo.
Okay, let's see how many more interruptions we're gonna get while doing this video. It's 4:30 right now and we close at 6, so I want to get this done today. I don't want to go over the green light circuit again. I already discussed it in details in a couple of the previous videos that we've done, but let's go over it quickly. We need SMC BC AC OK, and we need the PP3V42 in order to have voltage go and power this chip. Once voltage powers this chip, it's going to talk with the SMC and then it's going to turn the charger on. That being said, the first thing I'm going to do is physical inspection on the board. Before I start wasting time on circuit diagrams, I want to do a quick inspection and I want to check a few components on the board to see if I see anything unusual or anything obvious. If I do, then great, we do not have to spend time reading circuit diagrams. If I do not see anything obvious on the circuit board, then we'll come back to this and we'll do some testing. So let's quickly do a physical inspection on the board to see if there's anything unusual. Now, customer said they did not spill any water, but we still have to inspect to see. What is this right here? Okay, I don't think it's anything. Oh, wait a minute. This is the ISL chip. ISL chip is responsible for making the 12-volt rail on the laptop, and I do see a hole in... Hold on. Just doing a physical inspection on the board, we quickly discovered that we have a blown ISL chip. So again, ISL chip is responsible for the green light, and the ISL chip is responsible for making the 12-volt line on the system. If you look at this hole here, this tells us that the chip is blown. Look at this. Look at this hole. The chip is blown. How did the chip blow? There's a lot of things that can cause the chip to blow. We're not going to go into that. We're just going to change it and test the system again. If you notice, I still have the board inside the laptop. I'm not going to spend the time to take the board out, but what we have to be careful of is we do not want to put heat on the battery because the chip is right over here. We do not want to expose the battery to any heat, and we do not want to keep the screen under the laptop. We're going to burn a hole in the screen. So what we have to do, we're going to go like this. So the screen now is on the bottom here. It's safer to take the board out, but we're not going to do that right now. I can manage to get this replaced without having to take the board out. What I want to do is take the RAM chips out. And what I want to do also is maybe we can cover this area here with this metal piece of block. Very good. Okay, so let's test for SMC-BC AC OK, which is needed to turn the green light on. And we do have the voltage here. 3 point. Okay, so we do have SMC-BC AC OK. We do have VDD, and we have both VDDs are present, pins 19 and 20. Let me check the voltage on charger ACN, which is pin 3. We do have it, so all voltages are present. Let's test ACN again. ACN 3.9 volts, which is perfect. So we have ACN, we have charger DCN, we have VDD, we have VDDP. Let me take you over to the schematic so I can show you what I'm talking about. We do have VDD, we have VDDP. Both are about 5 volts, 5.1 volts. We have ACN, which is about 3.9 volts. We have charger DCN, 16.9 volts or somewhere around that range. We do have it. SMC-BC AC OK, we do have. Pin 14. Actually, let me test this again. Pin 14. We do have it. So all the voltages required we do have, but still no green light. All the voltages check. SMC-BC AC OK checks. Charger DCN checks. Charger ACN checks. VDD, VDDP, everything is good. So this chip is now supplying all the correct voltages. We replaced the burnt chip. All voltages check, but we still do not have a green light. Let's go back to our charging circuit, because our charging circuit could cause the green light not to come on, in addition to this circuit here. So let's search for AC OK. This is our DC power jack circuit. Our plug is plugged in at this area here. We need AC OK, also known as SMC-BC AC OK, and we need 3.42 volts on the chip in order to get the voltage to go in here. This voltage is going to power the chip, U6900. and then the chip will talk to the SMC chip on the board. You see how you have two arrows in here, back and forth, so it talks back and forth with the SMC. Once that happens, then we get the signal here. This is external. It goes all the way to the adapter and lights the green light on the charger. Right now we're gonna go ahead and see if we have the voltages present. I'm gonna test the voltage right here, pin 4, because if we have voltage here at pin 4, that tells us that we have both 3.42 volts present at pin 5 and SMC BCAC OK is present. If neither one of them are present, then we're not gonna get this. So instead of testing for 3V42 and testing for SMC BCAC OK, we're gonna take a shortcut and test pin 4 of U6901. If pin 4 is present, we have voltage on here, then we know that our chip U6900 is being powered. And then what we're gonna do is check both pin 4 and pin 5 to see if we have any voltages there. Let's go ahead and do that. U6901, let's see where that is on the board view. Okay, so it's under the battery connector, right over here. Let me plug the charger in first. And as you can see, we do not have a green light. So let's test for pin 4. If we do have pin 4, that means we have 3.42 volts present and we have SMC BCAC OK present. So pin 4. So we have 3.4 volts at pin 4. Voltage at pin 4 is present, which means that we do have 3.42 volts on pin 5 and we do have SMC BCAC OK on pins 1 and 2. So pin 4 is gonna go and power U6900 using pin 1 of U6900 VCC. Let's go to U6900 and see where that is. I think it should be the one over it, right here. Pin 4 is the communication between U6900 and the SMC chip. If the communication is okay, then we're gonna get voltage on X, and X is what's gonna go to our plugged-in charger and light up the light, the green light. Let's see if we have any voltage on pin 4 and pin 5. Bottom left and top, sorry, bottom right and top right, pin 4 and pin 5. So this is pin 4. We have 3.4 volts, and pin 5, 3.4 volts. So what is going on? We have all the required voltages. This is pin 4, and this is pin 5. So everything checks. I mean, all the voltages check so far. What could be the problem? Just replace the charger. So we are using a second charger just to make sure that the problem is not our charger. The problem could be caused by two things at this point. We could possibly have a damaged or faulty DC board, or the only other thing that can cause green light not to come on is the SMC chip. I'm gonna take a few minutes to take the board out. I'm gonna replace the DC board and see if we get a green light. If we still do not get a green light, our problem is the SMC chip. Okay, so the board is out. And this is the DC board I told you about right here. We're gonna replace this and see if it makes any difference. I do have some salvaged boards here with DC boards in them. So we're gonna use this one and replace the one that we have here. And it's in. And let's see. And we still do not have a green light. Same thing. So the problem is the SMC chip. Let me try another charger one more time. Nothing. We do not know how the communication happens between the SMC and U6900. We do have a pull-up resistor that controls the signal that goes into U6900, and that's R6929. So communication happens like zeros and ones. And based on the communication that happens to U6900, the chip will determine if we should get a green light on the charger or not. Right now we're not getting a green light, even though we are getting voltage on EXT. So SMC at this point is the only thing that can cause the green light not to come on. And if there's something wrong with the SMC chip, the whole system is not going to come on. Even though we have voltage on EXT and all the voltages check, the system will not turn on if there's anything wrong with the SMC chip. So based on the work that we've done on this board so far, it's most definitely an SMC issue. So we need to get the SMC chip for this board. I do have a lot of salvaged boards, but I do not have an SMC chip ready on me right now, and I do not know which board has a good SMC. So what we will do in the future video is we're gonna take the SMC off one of the boards, we're gonna reball it, put it back on the board, and hopefully we get a working board. Here. This is the chip. I do not see anything unusual. Components, lines, they look good. No signs of liquid, nothing blown. Wait a minute. What's this right here? Okay, we do have something going on at this point here. Whether it's a cracked solder ball, it's something going on inside, something blown, we do not know. Just one sec.
Okay, so I have a question. I got my phone already like replaced, and then the cover glass, and they both broke, so I have to get another one. But I also have my son's little iPod. And his
iPad?
It's not iPad, it's a tablet though.
Tablet.
And then my grandson also has a tablet.
And
then my daughter's phone is also a
so
tablet. Could I get a deal?
I hope you enjoyed this video. Unfortunately, we were not able to get this board fixed right now, but we're gonna do it in the near future. And we're gonna do this very, very soon because customer needs to pick up. From now until then, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll see you again in the next video.